Hi guys, it's Theresa here of Larkin Design, and welcome to the hybrid portion of my week 8 layout in my 2017 Project Life album. And so today I have printed out the layout that I created yesterday on the layout that I created digitally using Photoshop. And so now I am ready to just add some physical embellishments here. And so today my embellishing is going to be really simple. And in fact, I was kind of surprised that I was able to narrow down the embellishing on this layout this simply. And so what I did was I went into the MPM kit for April. That's the Memory Pockets monthly kit that's available from the lilypad.com. And the kit for April is called Renew. And so I went in there, and there are always some PDF printables included in the kit. And so I went and printed all those out. There are 3 8.5 by 11 sheets, so you can print them out on a normal size office printer. And I printed them on the same cardstock that I use for printing the layout itself. It's just a Staples brand matte photo paper cardstock weight. Really nice, not too expensive kind of white cardstock. So I printed out 2 of the sheets on that, and then one of the sheets I printed on vellum, just so I have a little bit of variety there. And I also added there were some labels in this kit. You'll see that I'm working with one of them right now. I printed I just put 8 or so on a 4x6 sheet of cardstock and printed those and then cut them by hand. Now the other ones that I printed on the full 8.5 by 11, I printed them and then ran them through my Silhouette. So when you print those, you want to open them up in your Silhouette software, bring in your registration marks, and make sure that the elements fit in that margin, and then print them out with the registration marks added. So I'm literally just using ephemera from that printable kit, and then I have this alphabet stamp set from Carrie Bradford. I've used this a lot in the past. I love it because it has letters and numbers, so it makes it really easy to use for these week cards. And so I will tell you, yesterday I had created the date card in the upper left hand corner. I had created that in Photoshop with the rest of the layout, and when I printed it out, I wasn't really happy with how it looked. I liked the journaling, and I liked how the February is in that space, but I wasn't really happy with the 19 to 25. And so then I was looking in some of the other elements in that digital kit and found this template. It's pink and white, and the pink is diagonally across the card. And so I thought I would just layer that text and the February month art on top of the pink and white card, and I just printed that out and adhered it to the top of the page. And then I'm going to stamp the numbers. I like that a lot better. One, it makes that date card have more presence on the page because it was just white on the background and it faded into the border, so you couldn't really tell it was its own frame. So I like that it now has presence on the page, and I also like that the numbers will be repeated. They're a repeated element along with the date card or with the week card. So there's repetition there in using that alphabet and those numbers. And you can see sort of what that card looks like underneath, and how it just didn't really work at all. It sort of got lost on that white background. So the pink helps establish that visual border so that you know that that's a card in and of itself. And that's one way, if you print something in Photoshop and you find that it doesn't look like you expected or doesn't have quite the feel that you wanted it to have, then don't be afraid to change it and print it out and adhere it on top, and you'll never know that it was that it's a cover-up other than watching this video, and then you get the look that you really want with your layout. So don't be afraid to use that as a tool, right? Now this is probably the only time you'll ever see me pull out a ruler. I don't other than to cut my layouts out of the cardstock, I don't use rulers a lot. I am sort of mildly interested in the laser tool that We Are Memory Keepers has, but I worry that I'll be too OCD. But anyway, I wanted to use those rulers so that I could line up the edges of that card with the edges from the other photos. And so you can see how lightly I've embellished this side of the layout. I added the word art grow, which was nice, and then I used some of those cork hearts. Now, I have to be honest and tell you, I'm not really sure where those cork hearts came from. Either I have a die, a We Are Memory Keepers die that punched them, or they came in a kit or some, I can't remember. It doesn't happen very often, but I've had them for a long time, and so I have to tell you guys that I'm going through this massive reorg in my studio again. I'm not pulling everything out. I'm not changing furniture around this time, but I am pulling out a bunch of things and purging, donating, sorting, trying to sort things together, and I'll probably share more about that later. But anyway, so one of the reasons why I wanted to do this reorg is because I feel like I have supplies that I'm not using very well. And these cork hearts, and I found them and was like, I haven't ever used these. I got them somehow and I've never really used them, and so that's kind of a shame. So that's how they got put on this layout, and in the end they're really the only dimensional product that I've used. Those, and there's a couple of arrows that are wood veneer. They're from Studio Calico. They're really old, and those are the only dimensional products that I used on my layout. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up, and thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will like and comment and subscribe, and I'll see you back here again soon. Thanks so much, you guys. Bye-bye.